Welcome back to Ripping on Two Wheels.
Ripping on two wheels.
So check it out. You guys see me right here. I'm just kind of wiping down this 2024 Road Glide here. I don't know where you guys live at. Probably all over the U.S., even maybe some overseas. But here in Georgia, the pollen is terrible. And I have these black bikes, so the pollen shows up a lot. If I don't wipe them down or when I'm riding them, this pollen gets all over everything. So I'm just kind of wiping it down. I don't like to keep too much pollen on it while it's in the garage. I got the bikes all in here. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about the 24 Road Glide here. I wanna show you guys the comparison in the controls compared to the 23 and the 16. And I won't go into too much detail because I know there's 1,000 other videos out there that are probably showing you the same stuff, but I'll just give you a quick walkthrough and just show you some of the stuff that's different on this bike compared to the other ones. So as far as your left-hand control module, you got your clutch lever as normal. Here you have your high beam on and off switch. This here is your cruise control on and off switch. You just hit that button there, your cruise control is activated. And of course your resume, increase speed, decrease speed button here, and your set button. And here, this switch here is gonna be your trip switch, and which is also, this will also activate your accessory. Now this one here is gonna be your traction control button. So if you wanna turn your traction control on and off, you just hit that button and it'll activate or deactivate it. Now this button right here, this one is the main menu and bike function button. So when you're hitting that, and I can't really show you, but I will have a screen display of it, but you hit this and this activates your bike function and your main menu screen. And then this button right here below it, this is gonna be the back button. So whenever you hit that, whenever you're in a selection and you have this selected and then you hit this, and it'll take you back to the previous screen. Now all these buttons right here are your navigation buttons. So when you're in the bike functions and you can just navigate between the different screens, or when you're in your, selecting your display screens, you can just navigate with these right here, and then you can hit the middle button to select whichever option you want to choose. And of course you got your turn signals and you got your horn. If I go back to the bike function, I go there, I can turn my infotainment system on and off. I go back. I got my settings here, and there's several different settings. You got your device manager, and that's just for your phones or whatever you have hooked up. I have my Cardo and I have my phone hooked up to it. Press the back button, go back. This is for your sound. You can do your audio routing, you can do your volume settings, however you want to set it up. It has different equalizer setups and different speaker setups. And then you got your display. Now, one thing about the display is there's a few different layouts. So right now I have it in cruise mode, but let's change it to, let's try sport mode. Let's see what sport mode looks like. And there's sport mode. You just have the cluster right in the middle. All right, now let's go back. Let's see if we can change it right there. Now this is gonna be touring mode. So touring mode, you're gonna have your speed over here to the left. You're gonna have your gas. You're gonna have your odometer there and your gear selection. But in the middle, if you have the navigation, you're gonna have the map displaying here. So that's gonna be your touring mode. And again, because I'm not touring right now, I always keep it in cruise mode. I got my miles per hour, my fuel gauge there. In the middle, when I have a song displayed or anything like that, the song plays here. You got a compass on here. It's gonna always tell you which direction you're facing, the bike is facing. You have your battery voltage, and you see the mileage there. Now, if I go back to the trip button and I activate the trip button, and that's the same button that I told you earlier, activates the accessory mode. I can go through different selections on that. You got your miles per gallon. You got your how many miles till empty. Of course, I got my tire pressure. Now for your right hand controls, of course, you got your front brake here. This here is going to be your throttle, usual spot. Now you got your hazard lights here. And of course, you know, your hazard lights, that's your hazard warning. You turn them on, you turn them off there. Now, one thing that has changed about this bike here is your on and off. Now, you don't have to have it. Now, if you want it on, of course, that's your normal on. But if you want to run it, and I'm not going to show you, all you do is just press this button. You don't even have to hold it down. You just press it and it automatically starts the bike for you. All right. Now, this button right here is your push to talk button. So if you have a microphone or some kind of headset hooked up to the bike, you can just press the talk on that one. This other button right here, that one's gonna be your voice recognition. So I guess if you have Siri or something hooked up or whatever you have hooked up to the bike, if you just press this or a microphone or whatever, voice recognition. You got your right turn signal here. And then of course, this is your ride mode selector. So you can select your ride mode, whether you want it in road mode, sport mode, or rain mode. And it's also a custom mode that you can set up. And this button right here, this is gonna be for all your music controls right here. You got your volume up and down. You got your play, pause button. And you got your either your song selection or you got your station selection, depending on which mode you have your radio in. So let's talk about the ride mode selector here. I don't know how good you can see that, but currently I have this bike in road mode. So what road mode does is it delivers kind of like your balance for everyday use. Now sport mode so far is my favorite. And sport mode delivers the full performance potential of the motorcycle. Full power, the quickest throttle response, traction control is set to the lowest level. Sport mode maximizes the rider's connection to the motorcycle. It is a very, very good mode to be in. I love sport mode. And rain mode. Rain mode is going to offer restrained acceleration, limited braking with higher levels of ABS and traction control intervention that gives rider greater confidence when riding in the rain. So these are all your right hand controls. So as you guys see, there are a lot of things that have changed on the new model Harleys, the 2024s, the road glides, the street glides. A lot of things have changed between the other models, the earlier models, the 23, the 16, the controls have completely changed. And it might take a little bit of getting used to, but I look forward to that. I look forward to putting some miles down on a bike, hitting the open road, and continuing to learn this bike and continuing to make the best out of the experience with this bike. So if you have a 2024 or you want to know some more things about it or you want to know some more information about it, let me know in the comments and check it out. I just hit 1,000 subscribers. Man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know there's other channels that you guys can be watching and other things that you can be doing with your time. So I completely thank you guys. Continue to subscribe, continue to watch, continue to like, continue to share, and continue to comment. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, all right? Peace.
Ripping on two wheels.